Good morning, family. God bless you. This morning, I was on a few seconds ago. I'm just trying this on my phone now, and hopefully you guys can hear me clear. But as you can see, it says on there, enough is enough. It's just too much going on, and we need order. We need order, and order starts at the home. Order starts at in the house, where you are getting things together and things need to be in line. And I thank God that I was always a person of order, a person who I really hate things out of order. I hate things out of place. But it starts at home. And many times things are not in order in our life because our home is out of order. So we need to get our house in order, meaning get yourself in order, get your children in order. Even in some of those who are in relationship and in marriage, get it in order. Get the do's and the don'ts of what cannot happen and what, cannot be, what cannot happen in the house. And on this morning, as I was speaking to my sister, and just talking about, the kids having order, the kids are out of order. You expect them to be in order in church or in order in school, but ain't no order in the house. You need to get some order, some structure with your children in the house. And as I began to speak to her, I was telling her, my children, they're not these bad kids, but they are children that can do better, and I require them to do better. And so as I had to begin to start, taking things from them because it was necessary so that they can understand the significance of things in life, and such as my kids, I had made them go without a bed and a TV for about 2 years because the bed that they had and the TV, they were destroying them. They did not understand the significance of it until I had to shut it down and said, you will not get anything until until I can see that you understand the significance of things that is being brought for you. And I had to bring order into the house with the children because the kids will continue to do things and think they're entitled to have everything just because your mom or because your dad. And so in that 2 years, I made my kids literally not have a TV nor a bed because the bed, they were tearing it up. They would pour water and, find these experiments and destroy things. And so I said, until you guys understand the significance of what it is to have a mattress, the significance of what it is to have a TV, then I will get it. So they just now got those things at the end of last year. And so now I'm watching them, and they now appreciate the bed, the mattress. They appreciate the television. Those things, they are not broken yet. They usually break this stuff within a month or so. And so now they have become to appreciate these things. And now even more, they're like, I don't want to experience that anymore. They don't want to experience not having those things or being able to be comfortable, because sleeping on the floor is not comfortable. Is sleeping on an air mattress is not comfortable. And so I had to do those things. Sometimes as parents, we think that we are entitled to make sure that they have the best things. And, no, I'm not. And I always tell my kids, I don't owe you anything. I am here to take care of you and what I do. But when you begin to dismantle things, then I have to put you in a position of where you need to learn the significance of things. And many of us need to put our children in that place where they understand the significance of what it is to live, what is the significance of having these things. My children are way more privileged than I was as a child. My children have way more things than I had as a child, and I tell them this all the time. And so I begin to snatch things from them and tell them, until you understand the significance and appreciate what it is that I do for you, you will not be able to, have these things or, certain things as to where a child, I believe in letting them enjoy life and having these things. But if they don't appreciate it, then we have to take it from them. And when they're not doing things in the house in order and being obedient to the parents, such as cleaning their room, keeping it, maintaining it, washing your clothes, putting them away and, hanging them up properly, these things, we have to begin to put things in line where we make them understand when you don't obey me and you're not doing what I ask you to do, then I have to take things and make you suffer and understand that it is a necessity that your room be clean. It is necessary that you are keeping the house in order and that you are maintaining your own body, your own self. And those are the things I begin to do. I said, because our children, when we don't when we don't teach them order in our house and show them, what is to come, or, what is necessary, or what they should be doing, then after we begin, then how can we expect them to have order in the church house, or have order in school? You got to have some order and structure in the house, and not be ashamed to put order in the house. And so I had to begin to stop doing things, and I had to stop taking things. And some people may think that I'm very strict or very strong with my children, but I do it. I do it because they need it. The kids need order. The kids need order, and order has to start in the house. Structure has to start in the house. Even taming their tongue. The children, my kids, I mean, sometimes my kids, they'll say something, and all I got to do, I got to turn my head, and it's the kids, they look at me, and they open their eyes like, oh, I better fix it. The kids need to learn, even know how to talk, how to speak to the parents, how to, approach a parent. And these are the things, and when we don't teach them that or get them in line in the house, in our house, they cannot come to the church house and have order. So order must start in the church. It must start at home. Order has to start in your home. Because when there's no order in the home, then it pours out, and then you see it, and that you see that they have no order. Then the order doesn't follow them into the church house. The order doesn't follow them into the schoolhouse. It doesn't follow them when they begin to walk in the streets and things like that. And I tell my kids, one thing I will not tolerate is children that is out of order. I won't tolerate my children being disobedient or not listening. You will suffer major consequences, and I tell them this all the time. You will suffer the consequences that I will put in place for you. And that's what we have to do, not be scared to put things or take things from our children, or show them the way, or give them order and structure. Order and structure will help our children to become better living human beings. It will help them to be better individuals. It will help them along the way. So don't be scared to beat them. Don't be scared to teach them. Don't be scared to take things from them. Don't be scared to hold them accountable for their actions. And that's what I tell my children. I'm always going to hold you accountable for your actions. Whatever you do, you'll be held accountable. So do what I ask you to do. Do what I'm telling you to do, because I'm trying to help you. And I tell them this is saying my mom used to say. My mom used to say with cuss words. She used to say, the life that you F up is your life, not mine. So I tell my kids, the life you mess up is your life, because I'm living mine and I have lived my life. And we need to be clear about that. Teach our children order, structure. Teach it. I'm not scared to take anything from my kids. I tell them, you're not going to get this because you didn't do this properly, because you did not obey me. Obedience has to start in the household. And I tell them, I say, I'm doing you the same way God does us, because God gets tired. After a while, God has to hand us over to the enemy, because God said, I've given you warning. I've given you too many times to get it together. God said, I told you this in the Bible. He says it. He gives us warnings to get things together, to get things in line. And eventually, when you don't turn from your wicked ways, the Lord said, enough is enough. I have to deliver you into the hands of the enemy. So we have to hold our children. We have to hold each other accountable for the things that we do, the things that we say. We have to hold it accountable, because God gives us chances, and I've done that. I give my children chances to get it right, but they keep doing the same thing over and over. So that's when I had to take action. And we as parents have to take actions, because that is a part of us saving them. That is a part of us showing them the way, when we hold them accountable for the things that they don't do. And I say this to my children: you're not babies. You're growing up, and we have to prepare them correctly for the next level, for the next adulthood. We have to prepare them. And when we're preparing them at home, then we will know how to prepare them when they're in the church house. I see so many kids. I said so many kids. They don't speak. They don't have respect for elders. They don't. I mean, it has flown out the door. But we have to realize that there's no structure. There's really no order in the house. So this is why the children perform and act the way they do when they're on the outside. And I always tell my kids, You have to have the utmost respect, because I have a zero tolerance for disrespectful people, and yes, disrespectful children. I said when I grew up, we spoke to the elders, we spoke to those people. We didn't stare adults up and down. We didn't look at. Matter of fact, we weren't even in the adult's face. We were in a whole nother room, or we were somewhere. I remember me and my cousins. We would be outside. We would be playing in the tree in the house and eating the berries off the tree. Now the kids are literally right in the parents' laps and right in the parents' face. You need to get some order and structure in with your children. And the house has got to get in order. The house is out of order. This is why the kids ain't got no order in the church. This is why they don't have no order when they go to school. There's nothing being done at home. We have to get our house in order. The house maintained. Give your kids some choice. Some of your kids ain't got no choice. They sit on the games all day and play and ain't got no responsibility. This is an issue. This is a problem. And many of you give it to them so that they can get out your face. But if you give them something to do, some chores or something, maybe things will begin to change. That's order in the house. We have jobs, we have responsibilities, and we need to take heed to it. So I'm telling you, I do major consequences for my children. And when I ever made them not buy them another mattress or another TV for 2 years, I meant that. And I did feel bad along in the halfway period where I got them ear mattresses, and they still tore them up. And I said to them, until you learn the significance of what it is to have a bed and a mattress, then after I will buy you those things. But we have to sometimes we got to do extreme stuff. Just like God do something. He allowed extreme things to happen to us to get our attention. And it's okay to do it with our children. How will they learn if we don't hold them accountable? How will they learn structure if we don't teach them, if we don't punish them, if we don't put them in place? They will never learn. So I say unto you, get the order in your house. Get your children in line. Get you in line. And the kids are only doing these things because they see how the parents are. If the parents ain't right, then how you expect the kids to be in order? The parents need to get in order. The parents need to get in line with the word of God so that you can have a household that is in line with God. Not saying everything's going to be perfect, but things should be better. Things should be better. Get your house in order. You got to get your house in order. If your house ain't order, then how do you think order is going to follow the children or follow you when you go to work, or follow the kids when they go to school, or follow them when they're in the church? We have order because we were brought up in the atmosphere of order. We weren't allowed for things to be, we weren't allowed to do all this stuff that kids are allowed to do. That's why I say that my sister and I, we have structure, we have order. We were brought up in that atmosphere, and there were consequences, but we were children. We weren't bad children. We listened to our mother. We did what our mom told us to do. And nowadays, consequences and punishment is necessary for the kids because the kids are so hard-headed. Now you got kids that know they know more than us, and I have to remind my kids, I've lived my life, and I know it. But if you know everything, pack your stuff and get out. I talk to my children like that because, see, these kids become so grown where they think that they know everything. We have to bring them down. Even adults are like that. They know everything. You can't even tell them nothing. Adults, get yourself in a posture of learning and being able to be taught, even when it comes to your children. I don't get mad when people want to speak to my children or when they want to, say or discipline them. I don't get mad about that. People have access to say whatever they need to say, even in the church, but you must approach them with love. And it's okay, because we need others to teach our children. We need them to discipline. We need them to tell them things, because we don't have eyes. I don't have eyes all around. So I have other people in the church and people who have come to me and say, I wanted you to say this to your child. And I tell them, it's fine. It's fine, because if you're steering my children in the right direction, it's totally fine. So anytime I see a child that's out of place, I don't speak to people's kids, but when they come and they become an offense to me, then I do speak. I do say something to them. But I say to the parents, get your children in order. Get your house in order. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. When you don't have any order or structure in your house, it pours out. People begin to see it in the church. I'm telling you, you begin to see it in the church. You see it at the workplace, and you say, my God, they have no order. There's no structure. It begins to pour out. In this season, you will need structure. You will need order. You will need to maintain those things, not only in your life as an adult, but even in your children's life. Maintain structure. Maintain order. It's a time out. Enough is enough with you being out of order. Enough is enough with your children being out of order. It's time to get order in the house, my God. I remember somebody speaking a word where she said, order in the courtroom. My God, I think it was order in the courtroom, something, but it was calling for order. We need order. And as people of God, maintain order, maintain structure. It is a necessity in this day and time. So, family, I wanted to share that with y'all. That's just a thought. And it's something that is serious and that we need to take. Stop letting your children do any and everything. Get some structure, some order with your children in the house. Because it begins to show when it's not nothing being no platform in your household, it comes out and you'll see it. And I see it. I see it happen. And I say, my God, they have no structure, no order. I see it when I go to work. People talk to me, their kids. I say, my God, this is everything that they let their kids do. We don't owe our children anything. We provided food, a house, clothes for them. We're doing what we're supposed to do. We're praying for them. We're doing what we're supposed to do. I don't owe my children anything, and I tell them that every day. I have to remind them that. I don't owe you anything. I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. So let's stop putting ourselves in this position where we feel like we owe our kids. We don't owe them anything, and you need to tell them that. I don't owe you a trip. I don't owe you anything. But I just owe you to pray over you, cover you, love you, support you. And those are the things that a mother and a father does. And the children need to understand that. Amen. Let's get some structure, better structure. And let's say what we say, and let's mean it when we mean it to our children. Because many of our kids laugh at us and they take us for a joke. But when you don't, you go and do those extreme things that is needed with your children, that you do it. I'm not buying my children no game. You won't go outside and play like you're supposed to, like a kid's supposed to. Get a rock. The little girls go play hopscotch. Go do something. The kids are just so much of adults now. They don't even know how to be kids. And I say, what's the kids stressed for? They shouldn't even be stressed. You ain't paying a bill. You don't do anything. What are they stressed for? I say the same thing. I ask my kids, what does those words mean? My kids can't even tell me what it is. I say, I know it ain't because you live for free. Why would you be stressed? Why are you upset? What are you angry for? The kids are just adults, and because the parents put them in the adults instead of giving them structure and order and teaching them to be kids, be free. Let them be kids. Some of y'all adults ain't even got best friends. You don't make your kids your best friend. My kids are not my best friends. Those are my children. Go find you someone to talk to. The adults are sitting around and you having a whole conversation with your little kids because you ain't got nobody to talk to. Go find you a therapist because the children, you're burdening your own children down with your own problems, your own issues. This is a problem. We have to do better as parents, and we have to get some order and structure first in our own lives, and then we can maintain it with our children. I'm blessed and I'm encouraged to know that God is just a God that always reminds us that order and structure is needed, and it must start in the house. And we as parents must demonstrate order and structure. And when we demonstrate it in the house, then it will pour out into when they go out in the church and when they go out into the school and the other places. Family, be encouraged and be blessed. And take this with you. I love you so much.